When you click the link for the Windows download, it will bring you here to this community downloads page. You'll make sure that you've got the right version, you've got Microsoft Windows. You want to choose the second one here where it says 354.3 and just press download. And then click no thanks, just start my download. You don't need to sign up for anything to do this. You'll see it pop up at the top and you just want to double click on it to run it. So it will prompt you a couple of times to allow your computer to make changes. Just click yes when that does pop up. My screen capture doesn't show that. Now we're here, we have the MySQL installer. Click custom down here at the bottom and next. Okay, and we're going to have a few things. If you open up MySQL servers here and keep going in until you have this right at the bottom, MySQL server 8.0.43, press this green arrow to move it over. And then go into applications and do a similar thing for the workbench. So MySQL workbench, go in and in, move it over, and then the shell, move it over. And that's all we need. So click next. And you won't have this alert on yours. I just forgot to delete that when I uninstalled everything to make the video. So it will just have a default directory. You can leave it there. Click next. And now everything is ready. Select execute to install them. And our installation is complete. It is normal for this to take between 5 and 10 minutes, so it does take a little bit of time. When it's done, press next. And now we're going to go through the product configuration, so press next again. Okay. You can leave all of these default things here. You don't need to worry about any of this at all. Just click next. And then we're going to use a strong password. So when you press next, it will prompt you to create your password. On mine, because I've done this before, I already have a root password, but yours might look a little bit different, and it will allow you to make a new one. Make sure that when you make a password, you save it somewhere. You do not want to lose your password. And once you've made a new password, press next. You have a couple of options here. You can start the MySQL server at system startup, or not, right? This is optional for you. It's going to create this Windows service name. After we have this configured and everything installed, I'll show you how to start and stop the server just on your computer. But you can choose to keep this unselected if you have kind of a slow, like a slower or older computer. It might not be a good idea to have it running in the background all of the time. I'm actually going to leave mine off as well. And we'll click next. And now these are the steps. We'll press execute and it will go through all these steps to complete the installation. Press finish. And next. Okay. And then similarly, you can choose to start the workbench after setup, start the shell after setup. I think you might as well right now. I'm going to actually unselect the shell and just have it open the workbench because I'm not going to be introducing you to the shell just yet. So I'm going to deselect that and let the workbench pop up. And that really is just saying once this is installed, it will just automatically open it for us so we can see it. And I'll press finish. And here we are, MySQL Workbench. Yours will not have anything here, right? You will just have your local instance. Anytime if you want to make a new connection, you would use this plus sign here. And you would give the connection a name. Say we'll call this the Koju connection. Okay, it's got my root username. If you don't want to put in a password every time, you can just press store and vault. And then what that means is I can just type it in here, right? And now it won't prompt me every single time when I want to open this. Press test connection and just make sure that everything works and then press OK. Okay, and now when you have a connection, you'll click that to open up the MySQL Workbench. And here we are. Great job setting this part up. Don't worry too much about this right now. I just want to make sure that everything is installed properly and you can get to this page here. And next week we'll kind of do a review of basic SQL and we'll do a tour of how all of this works here. And we'll start creating databases, inserting information, and using queries to learn about the data. I do want to point out, so I'm going to go ahead and close this here, X out of this. Oh. On your computer, if you, on a Windows, so you'll press the Windows R button to open up this, where it's like run, right? You want to type in services.msc and press OK. And this is where you can find that MySQL server. So if you scroll down, here it is. If you ever need to stop it, if your computer is really slow, you're not using MySQL, and you think this is up and running, come into here, right? Look for this, and you can pause it, and you can stop it or restart it, when you need. Most of the time, you really don't have to worry much about this. This is just if you're using like a particularly old or slow computer. And if your computer is pretty new or pretty fast, you're not seeing any issues, you don't really have to worry about this part here.